Drywall is complete. And now today I am just marking for where the lights are gonna go. You can see there's this red line. There's a couple of them because I messed up. And then there's this marks and these marks. There's just a lot of marks for where the lights are gonna go. And here's an example of the closet that I already finished cutting the lights out. There's a light installed already, and there's holes for them. Once the holes are there, it's really easy to install these lights. And I'll show you those lights right now. These lights come in packs of 12. They're pancake lights. This is the light, and it has these springs that will hold it into the drywall. We'll show you that when we install it. It's 2 parts to each light, and this is the light, and this is the box that it comes with. You hook your home runs and the Romex or whatever wire you're using into these color-coded wires. Put that in the box, and then you plug the light itself into here, and it's really easy. There's 5 different settings on these boxes actually, from 5,000 down to 2,700, and from my understanding is that just changes the color. These are also dimmable. There are some questions as to why we didn't choose can lights. I asked a couple of electricians, you know, do I use these or cans? And the old school guys were like, you have to use can light. When I said why, there was just no answer. I went with these because there's no good answer. Why not? These are cheaper, easier to install. I will say if this goes bad, I have to replace this entire unit here instead of just a light bulb. So that is one of the downsides. But from what I'm hearing is these don't really go bad often at all. For now, there's just a few tools that I need to get these holes drilled or cut. This is a 6-inch hole saw. It's rather large. Once this hole is in the ceiling, those lights I showed you will just fit right in there perfectly. This is an overkill saw. They have ones that are much cheaper, lighter duty, specifically for this job. But I am using this for something else, for the ERV install as well, to drill through some more robust materials. Another thing you'll need is a stab knife. This is something if you've done your drywall, you'll know these very well. They're very handy. You just stab them into the drywall and start cutting. And I've had to use this more than I would like to get these holes cut in the ceiling, because sometimes this bit will get misaligned and this will start jumping around the drywall a lot. And you'll need a drill, obviously, for the hole saw. Now I really briefly just want to talk about how we located where the lights are going to go. The first step was the electricians kind of located them for us. But when it comes to drywall, where to physically drill the holes into the drywall, essentially you just take a tape measure, pick a wall in your home to square everything off of. In the living room area here, I picked this wall and the wall behind me. For example, there's 2 lights here and 2 lights right here. From this wall, these 2 lights are the same distance and these 2 lights are the same distance. From that wall, these 2 lights are the same distance and these 2 lights are the same distance. That's it. It's really simple. And then you just do that all around. Like where the camera is sitting right now is another part of the living room, and I did the same thing, basically. Why is the black, white, and copper all tied into the same thing right here?
Just undo it, okay, Greg?
I'm trying. Yeah, you're gonna blow my house up if it continues on this way. It's testing time, so we're gonna install one of these lights. Oh, there's 2 lights here. Hang on. When we install this, we're gonna install all 6 of these wires into this box. This is just one in a series of 8 lights for the living room. You know, one of these wires comes from one light, and the other wire goes to the next light. Very easy, actually. We have these, what are these called, Nils? Wiggies, Wolgos, Wiggles, these connectors?
Beats the hell out of me.
It beats the hell out of Nils. Power is not even available in this house right now. There's no way to get power to this, which is why I'm so confidently just messing around with these wires. You push the wire in, and that's connected, and that's white. And this one's also white. There's 3 extra slots per wire color. And this one's the black one. So come over here, straighten that out a bit, plug that in. And the final one is the ground. And in the box, it's green, but in these Romex wires, they're just bare copper. Nails! I already screwed it up.
How'd you do that?
I was supposed to put the wire through the hole on the side of the box. How do you take them out of these weird connectors? I think it is possible. Yeah, I just did it. I don't think I'm supposed to be able to do this. You pop the side, there's a few options, I guess. You pop one of these rings out, throw it at your friend. Dang it. So this Romex is copper wire in a plastic sleeve and another plastic sleeve. If it sits and rubs against this metal for too long, it will break through and contact the copper wires. You don't want that. So they make these little insert plugs, and they just plug into there. Sweet, it worked. And these protect all that casing from getting contacted and ripped up and torn apart. So
okay, so if you look right here in this second, there's a little wire in there, and that's how you know you got it.
all of the wires that go to the lights in this series of the living room are wire nutted together, black to black, white to white, ground to ground, except for this one, which has a rather unsafe looking light situation. This is the light, and that is the box where the wires all converge together. Now this switch is also out of the wall. It has these wire nuts making it safe so we can't actually physically touch any live wires on accident. I'm not going to show you how we're powering this thing, but we're going to run power to it and see if this light turns on. Nils, you're up. Nils, are you ready for power or no? He's ready. Going live?
Ready?
Yeah. Woo! Watch me turn it off from over here. Ready? Now you turn it on from over there. Now turn it off. All right. Okay, there's 4 switches that control this circuit. Have you ever done a 4-way before?
Yeah.
I didn't like it. Nils got it figured out. This is on a dimmer, and it dims. Because there are 4 switches, Nils installed 2 4-way switches and 2 3-way switches. The 2 middle switches are 3-way, or 4-way, and the 2 end switches of the line, of the power. So power starts there and ends here and then goes to the lights. So the 2 ends are 3-way, 2 middles are 4-way. I'm learning all this in real time. Nils is a good teacher. So now I'm going to disconnect the light. We're going to shove these wires up in there. We're going to paint everything. Then we'll come back and hook up all the lights.
Okay, set to 4,000.
Okay.
Okay. That is a good looking light.
I grew a beard just for this shot. We are moving into the house. It's getting kind of buttoned up. We have to build a bunch of shelves and stuff. There's a big mess everywhere is what I'm saying. Please forgive it. That doesn't matter, but that does. So this is really cool. The lights are all working in good order. We have lights for the closets and they all work. I'm gonna show you a couple different types of lights that we have, but this is the ones we've been showing you, these pancake lights. And I would recommend these very strongly. They were easy to install. They were inexpensive, relatively. Now, none of them have gone bad yet, so we'll see what happens when that occurs. But come to this room, it's the same deal, except this has a dimmer on it. And I don't know if you can see that in the camera or if the camera is adjusting for it, but it's kind of a cool feature. And this specific room has 3 different switches for it, but only one dimmer that controls it. This is our dining room light, and it's kind of cool, a little fancy. It comes on. If you turn it off and back on again, the bottom light will come on. Turn it off and then on again. The only thing that comes on now is this top light. We use that as a night light Very cool. It's just another option. We have another one just kind of like this over the bar top that hasn't been installed yet. The door looks terrible because we're in the middle of painting it. We got a lot of things going on right now. But here's another example of another light that we have installed in the house. It only turns on at nighttime. There's a sensor on it. But this is just an example. There's exterior lights, interior lights, there's different types of bathroom lights, all kinds of fun lights. And we've installed them all. So we are done, but this was all tied into things like drywall and painting. And if you didn't catch those videos, we have drywall and painting, and the whole rest of our playlist is up and ready to watch. So if you could give us some support, like the video, and thank you for joining us.